Hi everyone, welcome to Microsoft Build 2025. I am Mohit Juneja, Vice President, Strategic Sales and Technology Partnership at LambdaTest. Very excited to be back here, and today I'm going to talk about how you can level up your testing game by embracing AI native quality assurance and testing automation. So let's dive in. So let me quickly give you a view of what we're going to talk about today. We have a very interesting lineup of topics. First up, I'm going to give you a quick overview of how LambdaTest has made AI native test automation mainstream for enterprises. Second, no better way than showing you the product in action. But to make it interesting, we're going to do end-to-end test automation over a hot cup of coffee, right? And lastly, a big announcement coming here at Microsoft Build. HyperExecute is now Azure native. It's available right in your Azure console. Stay tuned till the end of the session to know what are the other offers that you can avail as you explore the Azure native HyperExecute. For all of us joining Microsoft Build, I think we are united by one common purpose. We all want to ship fast. We all want to ship more frequently. And why not? DevOps has evolved dramatically. Continuous integration and continuous deployment have matured across organizations. AI is further adding to the velocity of code creation. However, software testing still lags. Continuous testing powered by a robust desktops, still a huge gap out there. And that's what we are here to change. LambdaTest, we are an 8-year-old organization headquartered in San Francisco, and very proud to share with you that 2 million plus developers and testers are running more than 1 billion plus tests on our platform across 10,000 enterprise customers that we serve today. I want to give you a quick snapshot of some of the Fortune 500 enterprises who are using the platform. They really care for quality of code, and we care to provide their testers and developers with a desktop solution that can become a unified end-to-end test execution and orchestration environment for them. Look, here's the problem. QA teams are overwhelmed, and traditional approaches can't keep up with the complexity and speed of modern development cycles. Now imagine trying to organize a huge orchestra with musicians spread across different cities, all playing different instruments, following different music sheets, and some only allowed to perform inside secure building. Now try getting a symphony out of this, right? That's how testing automation looks like in large enterprises. Now scaling infrastructure and efficiently orchestrating test runs creates huge operational and cost burdens as testing scales. And at the same time, observability and ability to capture actionable insights is far from sufficient. It lacks standardization, and often it leaves enterprises in rabbit holes leading to release rollbacks. These pain points collectively hinder speed, coverage, and reliability. And after this, enterprises are left with no choice but to end up in a tooling soup, right? But now with LambdaTest AI native unified test engineering platform, you can support the entire testing lifecycle from planning to authoring and execution and intelligence, right? All in one unified platform. You plan with our AI-powered test manager, you generate test cases using natural language with KaneAI, you run them at scale on HyperExecute, and finally, you use test intelligence to analyze and heal flaky tests. All in all, a seamless flow on a unified platform. Now let's understand this a little bit more. The right side of the house is all about faster test execution. This is where we aim to achieve 70% faster test execution cycles. How? We focus on two areas. With HyperExecute, we provide you with a blazing fast test execution infrastructure for all your different types of testing. And with test intelligence, we aim to predict bugs and anomalies, and we try to fix them before they actually get into test execution cycle. And we also give you intelligent insights about bugs and resolution on how to fix those bugs, thus making test execution 70% faster. Now let's look at the architectural innovation behind what really makes HyperExecute and test intelligence 70% faster. Now here is the architectural innovation that makes HyperExecute 70% faster. Let's have a deeper look. The bottommost layer is all about the infrastructure provisioning itself. At this layer, we provide you with a container-based environment where we package the core components of test execution in a tightly packaged container, right? So your test scripts, the managed Selenium and Appium grids, cross-browser or emulator simulator, all are tightly packaged as if it's your local environment itself, right? Test Discoverer and Test Orchestrator further makes execution faster. Using Orchestrator, you can simply pass a parameter from your DevOps pipeline to create test executions machine in parallel, just like runners within our platform itself. And Test Discoverer makes this infrastructure framework agnostic and language agnostic so that you can run all test cases. Let me show you a few test ops capabilities that are outcome of this architecture. First up is Test Auto Split, which optimizes execution by splitting patterns, reducing time, and maximizing node efficiency for faster results. Optimized job prioritization with HyperExecute really prioritizes the critical task for better efficiency over traditional CI/CD pipelines. Now, pre-steps and post-steps are all about maximizing flexibility. Now, those scenarios where you need pre-configured machines before you actually start test execution, this is where the capability really helps. Automatic test retries and pattern-based automatic scheduling really helps in running what matters the most. But this is all about execution, a faster execution. But that's not all, right? Intelligence is very, very core component to expedite test execution cycle. Whether it's GPT-powered error detection or smart analytics, our aim is to do two things. One, print any anomalies that might flow into execution before the start of execution cycle itself. So for example, if somebody has missed updating a locator for a button which has been updated, we try to fix that test even before you start the test execution, right? And with our AI-powered root cause analysis, we provide you with a detailed explanation of why a test case has failed, and we also suggest how to fix that test case. So combined execution, test op services, and test intelligence, HyperExecute architectural innovation is really something which has made test execution 70% faster for our customers. But that's not all. The left-hand side of the house is a true agentic capability which has democratized creation of new test cases by providing a descriptive framework. So whether it's your automation engineers, manual testers, citizen developers, or even your business users, they can write new test cases using natural language. That's the power of KaneAI and our AI native test managing, which is part of the Seamless platform. So possibilities are endless. With KaneAI, various things that you can achieve. You can generate test cases and execute them using natural language. You can develop tests across your stack on both web and mobile devices for extensive test coverage. Smart Show Me mode and various other features really help you to generate bulletproof test cases and maintain them using the same platform. Now, what is all this leading to? All of this is really helping customers to have a unified enterprise execution platform on cloud. This is where they use just-in-time test orchestration to execute tests from any framework, any tool, any language. And hence, whether it's a COTS application or a custom application, HyperExecute becomes one central platform for all test execution. Okay, I think now we are all set to see the product in action and really see all of these capabilities come to life, right? On that note, I'll invite my colleague Mudassar to really take it over and show how we can do end-to-end test automation using LambdaTest toolchain over a hot cup of coffee. So I'm all ready to welcome Mudassar. Mudassar, we're all here to listen to how we can do end-to-end test automation using LambdaTest over a hot cup of coffee. Over to you.
Thank you so much for having me here, Mohit. I would definitely demonstrate how we can achieve a faster test execution over a hot cup of coffee. And I would like to take an example as to how we're going to achieve this today. On our screen right now, we're seeing a shopping application. This is a contest rotators application. It's a test application by Microsoft. And here, if you see this application, it has some banner at the top, some products that are there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and see the requirements of this. So right now, I've got the requirements mentioned in Jira here. And with Jira, LambdaTest provides an AI agent that could just go ahead and analyze the requirements from Jira and then create a test flow automatically. So all I'm going to do is go ahead and tag LambdaTest, and I can say create a test flow. And with this, the AI agent that LambdaTest provides, which is known as KaneAI, goes ahead and creates an entire test flow. And the test flow can be an end-to-end test case, which can be stored in the LambdaTest test case manager. So the LambdaTest provides a test case manager to maintain the test code or the test steps. And the test steps are created automatically with the AI agent KaneAI, which maintains these test steps in the test manager. Here is an example of the test step that has been created with the KaneAI solution. Now, the next part is whenever there is a change in the application. So to refer to the application code, you were looking at the Contest Traders website. So here is where I'm going to just go ahead and make a change in the application code. So here is my application, and I'm going to make changes in my app code. And once I make change in my app code file, I will just go ahead and commit this code. As soon as I push this code, it will immediately trigger a GitHub Actions workflow. This workflow essentially can be used as a central point to pick up and run the same test case on LambdaTest. One of the interesting things that you could do is when you go to the LambdaTest portal, you have the flexibility to go ahead and create a unique run for this. So you can create a run and you can choose whichever browser that you would want to run the test cases on. Here, the test cases are being triggered on Chrome, with Windows, Linux, and Mac machines. And I have the flexibility to go ahead and choose any Windows or Mac versions as well. So once I have, triggered the code, test execution happens on our unique Azure native platform called HyperExecute. So right now I've just triggered, pushed a code commit. And what this would do is trigger a job on our HyperExecute platform. So our HyperExecute platform is a unique Azure native orchestration platform that spins different environments to execute these tests at scale. So here is where the tests have been triggered on our platform. The status has been shown here of the test, and different steps have been showcased on our platform directly. The benefit of using an orchestration platform on Azure like HyperExecute is that it uniquely distributes or smartly distributes the test across different machines, and just-in-time orchestrates execution. With this, it also shows a detailed insight about how the execution has happened over a period of time. So while I deploy this particular test, and I run this particular test, the insights or the intelligence behind the HyperExecute platform allows me to go ahead and analyze these results in different shape or form, be it a summary of the test or the kind of coverage that we are going to talk about. So whether the test has run on Chrome, Firefox, Safari, how many tests have run on these platforms. And here as well, we've got a GenAI intelligence that helps analyze all of this statistical data very, very smoothly on the platform. So here, while your coffee is still hot, what we've achieved is an end-to-end test execution and orchestration with our unique unified test execution platform.
This looks too good to be true, but I think we all saw it. So you started with a situation where you had no test scripts. With KaneAI, you generated test scripts and you kind of created a build, and seamlessly you executed in one single flow on HyperExecute platform across different browsers. And we are seeing the results of that execution right now. Are there any specific insights that we can see which can be a quicker feedback loop for developers to kind of fix issues faster? Would love to see that magic as well.
Definitely. With every single execution, we do provide root cause analysis that helps the users to understand, where exactly the test has failed. So if I, go back to any of the jobs here, and if the test is failing, it would immediately point out as to at which step the test is failing and why it has failed. So I can just go ahead and deep dive in the individual test commands to see this, to see individual logs and analyze the results faster. We do provide artifacts as well that helps you, set up post-step results or post-step reports effectively on the platform as well. And in addition to this, all the results can immediately be emailed to the end user as well. So all they have to do is just configure their email addresses, and a report is immediately sent as soon as the execution gets over, so that the user gets notified and the results can be looked at faster.
This is fantastic. And stepping back, this all goes back to how we started this entire discussion, that a unified end-to-end test platform, or test automation platform. So thank you so much, Mudassar, for joining us and giving us this wonderful demo. I bet that many of us have coffee still hot. And here's the mega moment. Now, HyperExecute is Azure native. The public preview is live. Go check it out. Give us feedback. It's a great capability, which is now available just at one click within your Azure console. Now, let's quickly look at how you can get started with Azure native HyperExecute in just a few seconds.
To get started with HyperExecute as an Azure native integration, go to your Microsoft Azure dashboard, search for LambdaTest, and click on Azure Native LambdaTest Cloud Service. Click Create to set up a new LambdaTest resource, fill out the configuration details, and click Next. You can add tags to categorize your resource if needed, then click Next and Create. The deployment process will begin. Once complete, click on the Getting Started docs to redirect to the HyperExecute platform. After purchasing from Azure Marketplace, access HyperExecute through your LambdaTest dashboard. With support for all major testing frameworks and languages, getting started is simple. Download the HyperExecute CLI and configure the YAML file to the root of your project. You can trigger tests directly via CLI or through integration with your preferred CI/CD tools. As tests begin, the HyperExecute dashboard gives you a detailed overview of your test runs. HyperExecute revolutionizes test execution by intelligently distributing tests across multiple virtual machines, reducing execution time. You can monitor your tests in real time with step-by-step video recordings and comprehensive logs. Our advanced features set us apart. Auto-healing capability automatically fixes failing tests. AI-powered root cause analysis instantly identifies and resolves issues. CPU and memory consumption metrics. The platform also provides comprehensive dashboarding capabilities that help identify flaky tests and auto-populate critical trends and test insights. Experience the future of test automation with HyperExecute, where speed meets intelligence. Start your journey today.
I'm excited to see how enterprises and you all are going to use this powerful Azure native integration. Some of the areas which are really promising are the seamless resource management. Things like single sign-on are given. Unified billing and cost or provisioning of HyperExecute is a matter of few clicks and seconds. That's how fast you can provision the fastest test execution environment right within your Azure console. Streamlined integrations with Azure DevOps pipelines or GitHub Actions hosted on Azure is all natively available when you use HyperExecute from the native integration on Azure. And of course, your Azure policies compliance will get automatically applied to the subscription that you're going to create for the HyperExecute test orchestration. And to make it even more easy for you, we are extending very exciting benefits, including white glove engineering support and free credits. So why wait? Go ahead and scan the QR code and spin up HyperExecute right within your Azure console. Very, very excited. I have one last war cry for you all. From now on, don't just test your apps, Lambda test your apps. Have a great rest of the event.